Welcome to Saturday evening, and I happen to have a big mail call. Some items from Aliexpress, of course, but in particular, a really big Adafruit. Probably my biggest yet. Let's have my tea. Um, so let's start out with the little items. I did finally get my Raspberry Pi 5. Yes, I already peeked at it. So there's the Raspberry Pi 5. And then I have its cooler right here, and I will assemble that later. So first Aliexpress is this envelope. I can't remember what it is. So let's see what's in this one. Yes. So I got some more of these. Of all the clone Picos, so here's a real one. Here's the fake one. But as you can see, the exact physical size match. It is also an exact pin match. And to boot, not only does it have the boot select button here, it actually has a reset button and it's USB-C. It has all the improvements that Raspberry Pi should put into version 2 of this when they get around to actually doing it. I also believe this has, it might have actually 16 meg on here instead of 8 meg or 2 meg or something like that. This chip right here is the memory. In theory, you can desolder this off this one and put a bigger one on of the same footprint size and pinning. I've done that before on some of Adafruit's. So put that back over there. So that's what this is. Now I need a bin. So let's see. That will do. So next white envelope is this one. Aliexpress. And these were not S3s, but I think they're C6s. But I think ESP32 C6s. Now that didn't open very well. It's a good thing this mat is really knife tolerant. Free pins. No, this is an S3. I believe this is really almost the first really knockoff of the S3. It's done differently. It is wider, that's for sure, but it still has the same two ports, two buttons. The LED is bigger, stuff like that. And I think they're using 16R8 on here, N16R8. And we got some cute yellow jumpers. Pins for it. And then it might even fit one of my, what do you call it, breakout boards. Next one. Yes. Come on. Ooh, a cute card. Okay, so unwrap. 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 They do a good job, a lot of these guys, unpacking these stuff. because this is potentially fragile. Now we have to find. There it is. Okay. Check these out. The biggest digits you'll ever see. This must be the does it go on here? I wonder what this is for. Because this is the digit. Oh, this is the light. I think so. I think you should. Now I'll have to experiment with this. I think this is the light. Let's get the pinouts for this. It's supposed to be really big LCD style digits. So very carefully put that in there. And what else do we have in here? Oh, there it is. I was catching up to cataloging some of this stuff, and I realized I might have double cataloged a couple of things. Oh, I showed this last time, the digits and stuff. Right, okay. Wondering where they went. Okay. So in order to do the Adafruit box, leader knife. And this is the box. So whole thing. I have to move the whole mouse cursor over, everything. Oh, missed a spot. There we go. The reason for the box is I bought the CircuitPython number 9. I want to come on. Oh, doing it the wrong way. This way. I think. Yeah, it does. I bought the CircuitPython 9 poster. So okay. There we go. Wow, quite the packing. Well, there's my free coaster. And what else we got in here? Pico VGA demo. Oh, plus a lot of other stuff in here. So there is baggies of stuff in here. So let's pull all the baggies out. Baggie. 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 I'll just put them downstairs for a sec. And then we got Precision Industrial Instrument. Black 60mm rotary encoder. Right, okay. I remember these. And the glowy cables. Now this is for the Raspberry Pi 5. This is the NVMe board from Pimoroni. And then we've got all this. Here's our poster. So this guy here. That's why it had to all be shipped like this. So, parts thing. So, we are actually done with the box. Okay, so Pimoroni, so I believe it goes on the base of the Raspberry Pi 5 and then flips over and connects to with this cable right here. And I have over there an NVMe drive, so I can put one right away on the Raspberry Pi 5. I'm just surprised that Raspberry Pi 5 has not put on eEMC memory yet on the board. On the bottom, like a lot of the others do. So, one rotary encoder. This is a big encoder, man. The pictures don't tell it the truth. So let's see what it looks like. Wow, wait, you know, you can make like a combination lock out of this. Holy crap. A lot of baggage. Let's do that. Okay, so, holy schmoly. It is like a combination lock. This must be stolen from one. Wonder where they got this from. And the secret combination is 70, 40, 90. I thought it was something else. Ah, well, okay. I did not think it was this big. Oops. That's not going to damage it because it feels like a brick. Okay. So these are the guys that have the built-in measuring thing into the cable. I mean, I could have got them off to Amazon, but hey, I'd like to support my user for what's in here. Oh, a little sticker pack. Oh, maybe even wired correctly for everything. No, 3 pins. 6. No, I see all the data pins and other stuff fine down there. Cool. Have to try this out. So cables. Put them up there because we need more room. And our list. See. Grand total 765.60. Okay, so let's tackle the little baggie. No, we better tackle all these guys. I think I'm going to need another bin. Well, as they said on Jaws, I think we're going to need a bigger boat. So what do we got here? These are the low keycap flats. I wanted these for the push button trinky thingy that sticks into the USB porty thingy. So this is Adafruit VC. This is a sensor. Neo driver I2C. Okay, this is interesting because what it can do for you is take some of the hassle out of driving NeoPixels. I2C NeoPixel driver. So with a regular controller, just through the I2C bus, you can control all the NeoPixel stuff. You put your strip off here and you feed it in the power component. So let's say your NeoPixel strip is, oh, I don't know, 5 meters long with 12 volts. You'd figured all this in. And I believe the power, no, 5 volt in? Oh, this is restricted to 5 volt. She should have made a 12 volt one too, because there's a lot of NeoPixel stuff that's in 12 volt. Okay. Actually, I bought a few of them, so... Okay, so what is this? Adafruit RP24. So they were out of stock when I wanted them last time. This is that using that CAN bus protocol. RF2040 CAN bus. Except I think it's supposed to be RP2040. Yeah, it's RP on the thing, and they have a printo on the air on the printing. So this is more CAN bus. Okay, so this is a Pico CAN bus. It goes together with this, kind of like, or like that. That's that sensor. VCNL. Proximity ambient light sensor. A different one. Okay, Adafruit Neo Driver I2C, another one. Adafruit Rotary Encoder QT. So this guy here uses I2C and you put a rotary encoder on top of it. Through the holes here, and there's pins in here, and I have the rotaries, encoders, and then what do we have here? More encoder, and then we have still more encoder, and what is this one? Oh yes, our free KB 2040. If you really need a little pocket version of an RP 2040, this is it. He said, I think I have in my collection some pink ones. But she ran out of pink. So, those all have to be cataloged. There was a reason for that, and I'm just going to keep it out. So, what else do we have in our baggie here? Well, this baggie. We have a bunch here. Our free Circuit Playground Express. Is this just the Playground Express or is it the blue? No, it's not blue. So it's the regular Playground Express. Some connector cables. And I keep a bin under my desk for all these bags and stuff that I might use eventually when the earth melts. We're heading there anyway. So this is Adafruit AMG 8833QT. This is a very 8x8 IR grid eye. It goes together with the IR blaster. Is like, I believe, the receiving end. Oh no, this is the thermal camera. Ooh. We'll have to hook it up and see what we get. These are just some short cables for some of these boards. I don't have them that short. Okay, let's try another. Let's see, no, what do we have here? Yeah. All of these guys are... Oh, the audio amp. I was needing that a while back. And 80 T7410 QT. Temperature sensor. 0.5 degrees Celsius accurate. And these guys... No volume control, no speaker. Is that power or is that 3 pins? SIF MMA audio amp. I'll have to look this one up. How to connect it. So the green is for power. Okay, big baggie. So, bag number 2. Okay, so what do we got in here? I really tried to cut headers to size, but not worth it. That's what this is the kits for feathers. So this is a CAN bus thing again. It goes on to QTs, cutie pies. And then this is the Adafruit Feather RP24 USB host. This is the thing they've been talking about on the channel and everywhere. It's all host this and host that. So there's a USB thingy on one side, and you can actually get HID information, i.e. keyboard, mouse style data. These are all different styles of that header. Some are short pin, some are long pin. This ought to be interesting. Okay, what do we have in here? What I don't have for my camera, which is, I believe this is what this is. Yeah, it says the Memento camera. I don't have the case yet. Case was not in stock, and the one with the case they didn't have yet. But there you go. One camera. So you get to see stuff on this side. And there's the camera on this side. We got an SD slot. Boot. Reset on off. That's a battery connector. USB-C. And then I2C port. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I wonder what these A1 and A2 are for. I have to look that up. A little speaker, a mic, cheese. Oh, the on and off button. Of course, cheese. So that's a camera. I wonder if you can trigger it to take pictures through programming. I'll have to check that out. Okay, so what do we have here? Ah, the new one for my RGB panels. I've been using an older one. So this is the updated one. And it still has the same stupid frickin' flaw. See this 816 right there? What I wish they would do right there, that little jumper pad, kind of hard to see, it's pretty small, it's right there, is there would be a 3-prong thing with a little jumper on it, and you just change over when you need 8 or 16. It controls whether or not the RGB panel coming in here has A, B, C, D, or A, B, C, D, E, I believe. That was the way it was on the old one. And then this guy here, I'm not sure what this job is again. Well, there's our I2C port. So we got down, up, reset, and N8R2 on here. So you're probably curious why there is this orange tape on here. They actually explained it in one show. When the machine is actually placing parts, it doesn't want to get anything in the screw hole. So they put that, what's it called again? That orange tape. Can't remember its name. It's on the tip of my tongue. And the idea is, these are the power connectors when you put the power from the RGB. Do I have one close by? Let's see. I think I do. So there's a cable that comes from here, and this guy goes kind of like this. So you look at these ports, and one will have, so this says in, and this says out. So this is the chain. So you can chain these together. So the idea is that this goes like that. And then the cable from here screws onto here. And this happens to be, if I'm not mistaken, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I believe this is 64 by 128. Now I do have in a box. Oops, that's not going to go fit that way. I have ones with beveled edges. I still haven't got around to making the cube. Right? Well, one of the reasons I haven't finished making the there's a board that you put on the Raspberry Pi that gives you 3 Hub 75 ports. So, and I was limited to, I think, 2 of these. No, that's a TFT Featherwing. And this is, yeah, so I was only allowed to have 2 Portals S3s. So this is a TFT Featherwing. Oops, I was going to do that. William, don't lose these screws. I'm going to screw them into the posts so we don't lose track of them. Like that. There you go. Done. Okay. TFT Featherwing version 2. This is similar to another device I have, a Pi Portal. But this is, I have a different one of these. It fits a feather also, but I believe this is the updated one, version 2 version of it. So your feather wing goes on here. And you have an I2C port here. And then your screen. And not bad placement for the screen. Sometimes I saw some of the Chinese guys, they have a tendency to get the screen placement off. So that's that. Well, let's put our camera away. And what's this stuff? Adafruit gamepad QT. Oh, I remember this. See, little joystick, little punch pad. As I said, I always get 2 of everything. So now this guy, QT Py ESP32S3. They didn't have this one in stock, so it's a QT Py, but it's an S3 on it. Wow. This is awfully cramped for parts, man. Even a little antenna on there. Let's see. Wow. This thing is really, 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 really tight for thing. And two of those. What's this one? Neo Key. This is one of the things I was after. This goes on top of a QT Py, if I believe. This. Can't even see it. Well, there you go. Can't even cut the bag open. Let's try that again. So this is the keypad that goes onto these with the keys. And then the whole thing is, I believe, will fit on top of one of these. No? Maybe I mistakenly bought the wrong one. Okay. Life's a bitch, but then it happens anyway. Okay. I have to look into that. I thought I got that. Maybe it's in another bag. Okay. Okay. I had bought one here for the bench of these things, and they turned out to be really good cables. They work perfectly. So I got some more because I was running short of them. I needed a really good USB-A to C cable, one that had all the data, the power, and was reasonably flexible, right? And this turns out to be it. So I picked up 5 of them, or 4 of them. Keeping one out because I really want to use another one here. Okay. Okay, so what do we got here? Adafruit Metro Rev B ESP3. Okay, so this is the Metro board again, but this time it's a S3 revision of the board. This one was also out of stock when I wanted to get it, but so I had to add it to this. That's why this order was really big, because I had to wait till things got all back in stock. Here we go. This takes an Arduino form factor to whole new levels. So what do we got in here? Oh, the feedies. So there you go. We've got NeoPixel, boot button. We've got those, I can't remember what this is. It's like the ISCS or something like that interface for debugging and stuff. Battery, I2C port, on and off switch, regular power, USB-C, JTAG, all that sort of stuff is in here. And by the way, they call them the Metros because they're named after the subways in New York City. And this one happens to be an N16 R8. Yep. And the little feet. So if you want an ideal little spread out project that follows the pins like of a Arduino, this is it. And of course you can run CircuitPython on it and stuff. Metro B. This is the second one. Is it it? Oh, he's got two. Finish blowing. Okay. This is a transceiver for CAN bus. And here we have some more headers because I wanted more headers. I didn't need to order these guys. I have to pay attention. These, yes. These, no. I got these. I shouldn't. I must have put them on there for accident. But I don't have this style. These are Pico short headers, female. Okay, what do we got here? Out of the transceiver. MCP 2515 Featherwing CAN bus thingy. And are we getting into the CAN Featherwing? Yeah, that's another one of those. This is what I was after, I think. Yeah. To go along with the button. I'm not even sure if I got low buttons. Yeah, exactly. And this fits on a cutie. Back to back. So I've got a cutie that just plugs directly into a USB header. And I want to put on the back of it a button. Like so. Yes. That is definitely what I was after. Best friend. Definitely. Okay. Okay. So what do we have? Oh yes, the I Spy. This is that video interface, I think. Yes. It's kind of hard to see here. It's use that ribbon cable to displays. They were out of this one too, and then I needed some more cable selection for that. I2S amplifier. This is, I think, the amp I really wanted because you can put it back on the back of something and have that sound on top of a cutie pie. Now this is a USB camera of the tiniest sort. That's how big it is. It's actually USB. I won't plug it in because I plug more of the USB camera here. One of these will kick off. Okay, I2C quad rotary. Right, I saw that. So 4 rotary thingies on one. Okay. Okay, what's this? Oh, really big segment displays. That's what these are. 1.2 inch thing. These are the I2C backpacks for them. And these 1.44 color displays. Okay. Another display I wanted to mess with. Yeah. See, this is that I Spy thing. Except I don't remember seeing the cable. Did I forget the ribbon cables for this? I probably did. I need the ribbon cable off these. Wow. Okay. Can't quite play with it because I don't have the connector, the cable. So it's supposed to connect to that little board, and the pair of them together work together. So this one is the another Metro. This is the Metro here, Metro M7. This has got that RT1Q11 chip on it. It's supposed to be uber super duper thingy. But you got all the same features. It's laid out most identical to the S3 one, except for this guy right here. And the RAM is right here. We have a big reset button, power button, boot selector. 8 meg of flash. I think this is a combination project between Adafruit and DigiKey. I think this is why it's red like this. Because I don't think normally she makes Metros red. They're usually black. I'm surprised she hasn't made a Metro yet that's pink. Okay, so what do we have here? Oh, yeah. I've got those Pico breakout boards, and Pimoroni came up with one. That has a VGA port on it. So, SD card. We got audio line out, DAC, PWM. Okay, guys, if you're going to design these things, stop putting USB 2 on. This should be a USB-C. Come on, guys. Why aren't you doing that? Even for power, this gives a negative mark on the thing. These days, everything should have USB-C on it. It just makes a very much easier connector. And then, of course, what you do is you stick one of these guys on, like so. Right? But I think what we'll do is we'll pin up one of these guys and put that on here, like so. Ooh, this nice whiteout on the back. What we got here? Pico Demo VGA SD card audio demo board. Pimoroni.com, made in Sheffield, UK. VGA SD audio. VGA blue, VGA green, VGA red. Ooh, it's really using the whole Pico's pinout. Interesting. You know, they should have also pinned out the 3 pins here. Yeah. So I have a couple of negatives about this. Power should have been in a USB-C, because then all you had to do, you made it PD aware, and then any PD power supply would just work on this thing. I think the PD power supplies are one of those best things in sliced bread type ideas. I'm a real fan of them because no more are you worrying about what voltage, because the power supply will, the device will tell the power supply what it wants, right? You know, it'd be really nice if they put in here. See this? This would be nice if it was a card. Like this whole thing was a card that was in there. think what I might do, yeah, what I might do is I might cut this off. I don't think I can peel it off. No, the glue is too good. You know, and it's one thing I miss at work is having access to a sealing machine, a laminator. Because then I would just take this, put it on a piece of cardboard, cut the size, and laminate this thing sealed, and would have a little card. That would be handy. And I don't have the digits. I thought I did. I thought these are smaller, but I guess they're not. So I need those size of digits. Ooh, pretty big. 1.2 7-segment displays. Okay. So I have to go find some. Oh, I just realized too, they're expecting one whole segment block with those on it. Yeah, I think I have to go back to Adafruit just to get that because it's custom built for a particular segment. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. It's another thing I kind of goofed on. Okay. So, I think that is all the mail and the buttons. I actually have a bin for buttons, so I'll just leave it out. So, unwrap my cable here. Okay, so I need a part from over here. Ouch. Oh yeah, there was one other thing I was going to show off. If you haven't ever seen these things before, let's say you have power bar. Okay, run-of-the-mill power bar. Now, power bars ends you plug into the wall can this thing can come in two ways. So you can have a plug like this, or you can have a right angle plug that when you plug it into the wall socket like this, the cord comes off at a 45-degree angle. Now, you might say nothing's the thing, but the thing is about these things that run you into trouble is power supplies. Do I even have one handy? Let's say like the Raspberry Pi one. Yeah, there it is. So here's the Raspberry Pi power supply. Big honk. This happens to be the older one for a Raspberry Pi 3 or so, right? USB 2.0, blah. But when you put them on power bricks like this, you literally hog 3 of the things. Well, you can hang them off the end one, but you can barely get something plugged into here. It's still a problem, right? Along comes your friend, a 1-foot extender. So this guy here, and let me cut off this tag. It's kind of like the mattress tag. You're not supposed to cut it off, but we all cut it off anyway because we don't like our mattresses. Okay. And you boot this, and then you do this. Now you get a bunch of these, and you can put them on, and all your wall warts can hang off on this, right? Another thing I found, which was quite convenient, is one of these. Again, this is side thing on the wall socket, but it gives you 3 wall sockets. Now, the reason for this is sometimes you might have a power supply behind your bench or something like that, right? And it's always reaching over, trying to plug something in, blah, blah, blah. You can get these short little guys. This one or this one, which is just one plug and two plugs on the other side. And you can just put them on like so, or off the end. And if this power bar was behind the bench like this, because you want the button, of course, facing you, then you would have a little extender that you can hang those wall warts on. I personally really like the 1-footers, these guys. They're really handy. So I just picked these up off Amazon. They're just really handy. Also, at Christmas time, for example, you have your tree. This technically is a better idea on your wall than one modular one that sticks on the wall and has that 3 angle out of it. Those put a lot of weight on the wall socket, whereas this is more like firmly into. And then this is nice hanging loose, and you can hang things off it. So, and I needed another power bar too. That's why I have one. But I thought that would be handy for people who are needing something for power. Now, one NVMe, and I think there's a drive in here. Nope. I mistook. I thought I had one. You know, come to think of it, I kind of lost track of one of my NVMe's. How about this one? These are Pico. They're about $22 on Amazon. They're very convenient. So we need a little screwdriver, because we are going to do this. So first of all, we need to if you're wondering why I'm not really undoing the whole thing, oops. Let's see. There we go. Because losing this little screw, and by the way, do you know why they call it M.2? This screw is 2mm. It's an M2 screw. So here we go. And I will just put my little heatsinky things here. So this is a 1 terabyte Timetech. These things work rock solid. They're not the Speed Kings of NVMEs. They're about 3400 read and 2800 write or something like that. So they're not the Speed Kings, but they're cheap, they're reliable, and if you just need a basic NVMe for storage like this, you don't need to put a Samsung 970 or whatever that stupid EVO is that costs like $400 for a terabyte. So, what do we have in this bin? So this, there we go. There's our little ribbon cable. There's little feeties. There's parts. Okay. So what do we got here? So let's get our parts out. And see what we got in the bin. Okay. So we've got these. We got short ones. And I think those are all short. That's a short one. We got little brassy standoffs here. We got long ones, 5 long ones. Got 2 long ones there. Whoops. I think these are that. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, 9. 1, 2, 3. Is it me or are we missing a nut? Why do we have only one nut? So I can see this part is the standoff, the screws. So this is supposed to go on the bottom of this. Does it mean it goes like this? Yeah, so like that. Then that ribbon cable. Let's see, PCIe, and this guy here is RPI 5, PCIe and pipe add-on. Okay, so I guess this RPI 5 goes into here. Yeah, that looks about right. Like so. And then on this side here, that wrong? Oh, this is the side. That side. There we go. One side is slightly wider than the other side. So that does that. And then this. Yeah, so like this. There we go. Like that. And then the whole thing goes like this. Okay. Now this guy here, how does it go on? Okay, it's all pre-done. So it's going to go this way. So all we have to do is that hole and that hole. So I'll just think for a sec. There we go. We just got to make sure that we can push those down. They're going to be a tough push, by the way. I just let you know that. There we go. That's one. There's two. Okay, so our cooler's on. And then supposedly this little guy, 4 wires, goes somewhere. Fan. Okay. So there's a little cap on here. And this guy goes here. So colored like that, facing that way. There we go. And then our fan wires just go down here a little bit, like so. There we go. Okay. One cooler on our Pi 5. Okay. Okay, so that's that. Now, so the 4 holes. Okay, so what are we doing with the 4 long screws and the 4 short screws? Why do we have 4 long screws? If this goes, are they? Can't tell. Then we got these, which I believe are the M2s. Do they go with this? This would be real lame connector if it is. See, Orenco uses a brass knurl, and yep, I was right. So these and these go together. Now, what the heck is the 4 long ones for? Do we screw through? This doesn't make sense. I now understand why you have these. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Plus 1, 2, 3, 4 and a spare. What the heck are the long ones for? Why did you put them in here? This is dumb. So I could gather that this goes like so. Okay. Okay. Long screws are completely, utterly useless. They serve no purpose in the bag. Okay. Then this goes like this. Like that. But first we have to put on this. So this goes like that. And then this. Literally dumb. There's no spacer here. Come on. I'll have to give negative marks for this board. Board's nice. The mounting hardware is crap. Oh, come on. So, I think what I'm going to do underneath, borrow one of those heat pads from here. And we'll put this heat pad right here. Right, so it has, otherwise this thing is just wobbles around in the thing. I cannot believe they didn't think of this. This should have been a short knurl type brass knurl like the other one has, to make sure that you're at the right height. And at least they could have put in the bag a frickin' set of instructions for what screws you would prefer. There, now it doesn't move. I'm almost tempted to put 2 pads under there. It's still bowing down. So let's put 2 pads under there. Yeah, okay. Let's see if we can get this started. There we go. How's this? And then we have to put this onto this. And then these 4 screws. Can't figure if something built in England, why do we have this on here? You almost can't trust this actually is built in England. Because this mounting kit smells so much like something off Aliexpress. Not that all of them do this, just that some makers of stuff cannot figure this out properly. And they think this is going to work? Boy, are they stupid. This is dumb also. Like, I mean, the height of these bubbles is under the NVMe. And then this guy here. Wow, based on the standoff, this is really harsh. Nope. All I can say is this cord should be longer. The whole thing is shitty. Not well thought out. I think I'm going to take it off later and get the official Raspberry Pi one. Because wasn't out yet when I bought this. But yeah. I'll have to give negative marks to Pimoroni for this. This is stupid. Your ribbon cable is too short. Your screw kit is incorrect. But yep, definitely not good for it. Okay, let's just let's put this over there for a moment. So, what did I pay for this? 20 something? I can't even remember. Yeah, 20 bucks. Nah, I think the one that's going to come out from Raspberry Pi is going to be better. I was seeing pictures of it, and I think Jeff Greeling had a prototype of it, and it was really nice. But in the meantime, this will have to do. I just don't like it. You know, you think on these bottom screws you'd have another brass spacer, and then you could just use those long bolts through here. And I might actually have that here somewhere in a bin. Nylon spacers for this stuff, sort of stuff. for Raspberry Pi mountings. And then you would have the 4 legs sticking out, and then it would sit on those 4 legs like this, not sitting on the NVMe. I'll just have to be very, very careful. And I don't see this kit even fitting into a conventional Raspberry Pi case. We need one. I think the Raspberry Pi's version of this is a hat over the top, passing through this, and then the ribbon cable and stuff. You know, we'll see what happens. There's also a chance that because of all the tightness on that ribbon cable, that we're not quite connected correctly. We'll find out. Yeah, I'd have to, if you want to see it now, I would have to dig up the capture, get the capture going and everything. And then dig out my PD. I have a PD here. The cord is hanging down here somewhere. This guy right here. I've got strapped to the bench over there a PD power supply. So it would supply everything. But that was mail call. That was a Raspberry Pi 5. That was Aliexpress. That was me complaining about this. So I think we're done. Oh. There we go. Keyboard. So, yeah. I mean, the other item from these guys, right? This thing is definitely a plus. And I have it right here. I am going to do that sometime tomorrow. Is put that together with that. I was getting beeps from somewhere. Time for some nuking. That's it. So if you have any questions, just post them about stuff in here. I have to catalog all this stuff, put it in the spreadsheet so that I know what I actually have. Damn, that's come to think of it, that reminds me. So I have my small Pi portal 2.4, and I have a bigger Pi portal, and for the life of me, I can't find it. It's in the same color box too, and I cannot find it. I did something over there with it. I think it's got waylaid when I changed the monitors on the main machine. Yeah, by the way, that main machine has given me a headache this weekend. And I have had, for the first time in like a long time, 4 blue screens in Windows 10. Now, personally, I think some of the blue screens are due to the NVIDIA driver. I updated it, but I think that update screwed it up a little bit. And then a game I've been playing, Enshrouded. I went from 120, 150 frames per second constantly. I barely can get now 28 to 30 frames in the game. Still playable, but I had to turn down the eye candy and everything. And other people are having this, and I don't know why. I've tried everything under the sun. Fiddled with Windows, fiddled with drivers, fiddled with this, fiddled with that. It doesn't help. It's stuck at a lower. And when it was, and I updated the NVIDIA drivers for that evening, it worked flawlessly. And then when I restarted the system and whatever, it gone. So I don't know. Don't know what's going on with that. But that was that rant. So I will now let you go. Stop recording.